right. I just thought I'd do a impromptu, make like an impromptu video real quick. Just talking about some stupid shit. It's not really anything important. Just some stuff that I was looking at. I don't have anything lined up. I'm just gonna look at some stupid shit on Twitter. Maybe some of the stuff that people have been posting on Discord. I had to make a new, I hope my background AC isn't getting picked up on the microphone. I don't think it is, but I didn't check my last video to see if it was picking up the background. I messed with the noise gate to try to make sure that wasn't going to happen on my sound mixer, but you never know. I guess I should have previewed it. But yeah, I just got some shit. I also have a comic book I am going to go over on the overhead camera. Got physical. I got RoboCop versus Terminator. I just got this a couple months ago, and I haven't really looked at it. It's still bagged and boarded. It's RoboCop versus Terminator #2, Dark Horse Comics, from the 90s, but it's Frank Miller, Walt Simonson. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. I never knew about it. Trying to get #1, but I can't find it. So there's nothing like valuable about it or anything, but yeah, but what I've got pulled up on the screen right now, this fucking irked me bad. I saw this yesterday. This guy, this lady, Megan Basham, I don't know who that is, but I was perusing through Twitter and this came up in my feed. And at first I just thought it was something funny. I was like, I watched the video and they were, because I guess this is the new CDC director, Mandy. I'm going to see if I can't zoom this in a little bit. Give me a second. Like I said, I'm not really, I got this screen on lock. Let's see if I can't make this bigger and still fit my area here. That's not bad. Yeah, maybe a little bigger. That's what she said. All right. But yeah, at first I just thought it was kind of funny and I kind of just dismissed it. And then I got to watching it and I watched it. I posted it on Discord and I watched it and I watched it. And it fucking started really fucking irritating me. Because I started thinking back of all the Twitter posts that I made in 2020, 2021, calling out this fucking horse shit, all of this bullshit, and the people, these fucking clowns going, oh, you're a science denier, and you're terrible. You're a terrible human being. You're an anti-vaxxer. Look at you denying science and all of this. And then Twitter sending little messages when you're about ready to tweet something, fact checking and all this bullshit, which did happen. I guess I'm looking at my camera's up here. Excuse me, I'm still trying to get over this. Freaking head cold along with allergies is brutal. But anyway, yeah, that's all we heard for the longest time. And YouTube was cracking down on it. And you couldn't question these clowns. And I'm pretty good at sniffing. I've got a pretty cynical mind anyway when it comes to any direction given me from some supposed authority. I just don't go, oh, it's some authority. It's coming from a place of authority. I just gotta automatically accept it and bow down to it. My first inclination is always, really? Yeah, I filter that shit. I don't just jump. And there's so many of these people on a perfect example. I'm not going to get into the perfect example I have. I'm going to show it here if I can find it after this, because it's a perfect example of kind of an analogy of what I'm talking about, of just how many people are so willing to defend shit from people that they perceive as they're with the same ideology, their shared ideology or politics or whatever it is. But this dumb bitch here, this guy says, this is Michael P. Singer. Let me click on this and simplify this. Oh, I love this. They got her. Yeah, this is pretty much should have been her LinkedIn profile right here, picture. Look at this fucking clown. I want to know, I don't care about your qualifications anymore, because they're not hiring people. If qualifications don't matter and they're hiring people not based on qualifications, why should I give two fucks about what this dumb bitch is saying? I don't care what supposed classes she took and what degree you have. Don't throw your degree in my face. I've seen people that have all these degrees and they can't fucking figure out how to tie their shoes in the fucking morning. All right. I just get irritated. So I'm going to, here we go. Let me turn this up.
Secretary of Health and Human Services in Massachusetts. She worked for a Republican governor just to.
I got it here.
She was like, "Are you?" So
let's start that over.
Probably the person I called most was the Secretary of Health and Human Services in Massachusetts. She worked for a Republican governor just to. But what?
I love the way she throws that in. She worked for a Republican governor, so I'm not in any way being bias, or you're all clowns. All right, a Republican in Massachusetts might as well just be a crazy person. Sorry. I mean, if you don't reach the government in Massachusetts, they're loony liberals. All right, over there on the East Coast. I'm from Massachusetts. I'm glad I moved. I'm not saying the people are. I'm saying a lot of the elected officials, they're clowns. All right, they're loony liberals. I don't care if you have a Republican governor or whatever. You guys are all in the same boat. That doesn't matter. It's still fucking clown show government.
When she was like, "Are you going to let them have professional?"
What is this about? Okay. Does she realize that I can't believe they let this get out. Oh, Count, well, you're making a big mountain out of a molehill. No. Can you imagine if she's saying this during, I don't even know what this is. New CDC Director Mandy Cohen recalls, I don't know why she's being videoed here. I don't know what this conference is about. Probably just patting themselves on the back or something. But does she realize there's no self-awareness here? I would be thinking, oh, do I really want people to hear this? Do they, the lack of self-awareness to realize how much this is going to piss people off, people that actually think for themselves.
Football, and I was like, nope. And she's like, okay, neither are we. It was like conversations like that. So
conversations like that. This is what they're making, and I bet this is like the lowest level of it. I can imagine the discussions that they were having, and this is probably all over the U.S. I can imagine the fucking discussions that they're having, making decisions, closing down businesses, telling people they can't go to work. Oh, screw your freedom or whatever, Arnold. So yeah, fuck that dude. All right. Yeah. Once I heard Arnold Schwarzenegger say that shit, all this stuff is a sore spot with me. Close it all down. The place I was working, they closed for 2 weeks. Worked for one of the largest manufacturers in the world. They closed down for 2 weeks. And then they came back, and then they were just out of their fucking minds with this shit because of stuff like this dumb bitch is talking about. They were out of their minds. In the break rooms, they were putting up plexiglass dividers plexiglass dividers that were this wide, where I couldn't just simply go, I mean, a plexiglass divider this wide is supposed to stop air particles. Are you shitting me? I said, we had a meeting, and it was the entire shift of our department. And I said, you guys have gone off the deep end with insanity over this. You guys are running, we have to do it. The CDC, we keep close tabs on every communique from the CDC. I said, these are the people that are making these decisions.
Or I'd be like, so when are you gonna think about lightening up a mess? They're like next Monday. I'm like, okay, next Monday.
And then you have this clown. I'm gonna play this again. Then you have this clown in the background chuckling. You're telling people you got business owners that have to shut down. You got people that they can't go to work. They've got families to feed, car payments to make, house payments to make. They're gonna get behind on their bills. What do? Oh, we're going to throw you a $500 check or whatever. I made a lot more than $500 over that time period. Your $500 check doesn't mean shit to me. Some days I work overtime. I make that in a day, all right? I'm not bragging. I'm just saying that's the fucking reality of it. Oh, this dumb bitch. Man, I was laying in bed watching baseball, and I got my phone out, and I started watching this thing. And I watched it once or twice, and I felt my blood pressure starting to go up. And I was like, and I don't get real upset about stuff, but I started getting upset about this. And yeah, it seems like she's just on there cracking a joke, and they're all, this is never about health. This is not about any public health. This is about a dopamine rush of getting off on controlling other people's lives. Period. That's all it is. She's giddy with excitement over this shit, and she's restraining herself right now. They were making those phone calls around to all the other people making these decisions. Like, what are you going to take away from them? Oh yeah, we're gonna. I mean, come on.
So I would call, probably the person I called most was the Secretary of Health and Human Services in Massachusetts. She worked for a Republican governor just to...
fuck out of here.
When she was like, are you going to let them have professional football? And we're like, nope. And she's like, okay, neither are we. It was like conversations like that. So, or I'd be like, so when are you going to think about lightening up a mess? They're like, next Monday. I'm like, okay, next Monday.
See, Aaron, here's the thing about you, all right? I really don't think you're joking, all right? The scam. I think. See, you live up in crazy world, and I think you've been infected, man. You're not fooling me, man. I think there's. I'm not 100% sure that you're not on board with all this stuff. Nah, I'm just kidding with you. But look how many lives they saved during the scamdemic. This bitch never saved one. Somebody said that in the let me scroll down. Are you going? Yeah, this is a perfect example. Are you going to let them? You have no control over me. Whoever came up with the idea that thinking some unelected official, which they're going to say, well, they're designated to their assignments by people that were elected by the... Get the fuck out of here with that nonsense, all right? You live in crazy world. I won't deny that. Well, right now it's all crazy world. I like to make fun of Maine. I'm from Massachusetts, but none of my family. I'm the only member of my family from Massachusetts. I'm the only member of my family that wasn't born in Indiana. Everybody else in my family is born in Indiana. They they were poor, but they were happy. They grew up. My mom and dad are in their mid 80s. They're old fashioned. Grew up on farms. Had to go pump their water, shit like that. My dad was up. My dad was out when the sun. When the sun rises, you go out. Oh, we're gonna cover that a little bit about getting up early is racist. My fucking dad is the most racist person on the planet, if that's the case. Because my dad's up, rain, shine, winter. He would sleep in one day of the week. He would sleep in, and sleeping in to him is like 8:30 in the morning. All right. He's like, oh, I'm late. I'm way behind the day. That was the stuff he would say. And I'm like, he'd come in my room and I'm like, comic books sprawled out, fucking stealing me. Get up, son. You want to go chop firewood with me? Are you fucking out of your mind, Dad? I want to go chop firewood. I'm going to go watch Saturday morning cartoons here in a minute. Let's see. Cartoons, chop firewood. Now, every once in a while, I'd have to go to the farm with him down in southern Indiana. It's about an hour and a half drive. Have to listen to the old-timey public radio while he's going down there. And, these people are not full of nonsense. I mean, my dad was a great guy, but we didn't see eye to eye. We're 100%, he was all about getting up and shoveling the neighbors' neighbors' sidewalks and shit. And I was just like, let them shovel their own damn sidewalks, man. But anyway, how did I get off on this? Oh yeah, Massachusetts. But I can't do these things, man, because I can't keep focused. Banality of evil. It's worse than the banality of evil. Don't try to church it up, all right? What did Hannah Arendt really mean by the banality of evil? Nah, quit trying to put some kind of, they are evil, but they're just pieces of shit. I mean, this bitch is a piece of shit. She gets off on, you can tell. She's got, look, this makes AOC look like June Cleaver, all right? Look at this crazy bitch, all right? How are these people, none of these people have any say-so over my life. In any world we live in where somebody like this has say-so over my individual life is fucked, all right? It shouldn't be anywhere close to this. This is not what this is not working as intended. These people should not have any say-so over your life, what you do, anyone's life. I'm sorry. They're there they might exist to give recommendations, all right? They can have a little organization that tells the public what's going on. Of course, they're not going to give you the facts that it was a lab-created virus. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Prison for all these people. If I had my way, there'd be prison. They'd be building prisons. If I had my way. But yeah, banality. Get the fuck out of here. It's just, these are the idiots that are running our country. But here's the problem. Running our country, these organizations were never designed to run the country. The CDC should just give recommendations. You abide by them or you don't. That's it. That's where it stops. There's no other, nothing else. There is nothing else. Especially about something that is so widespread and out of people's control. There are things that are out of human beings' control. Only clowns think that they can control things, like the climate. You can't control the climate. The climate is not controllable. Planetary climate is not controllable by human beings. Period. You can't do it. So why are you trying? Now, yeah, you launch a nuclear assault, you use atomic power, you split the atom and blow shit up thousands of times on the Earth's surface. Yeah, it's going to fuck the planet, but it's not going to change the planetary climate. It'll come right back around eventually and heal itself. It's ridiculous. Brain dead imbeciles acting as dictators. Dead wrong and refusing to learn from their mistakes. But it's only a mistake if they see it as a mistake. They don't live in that world of I made a mistake, I didn't make a mistake, right or wrong. It doesn't matter. In their minds, it's just what they have in their mind should be reality. Trust the science. Purely antisocial malice. Yeah, it's a dopamine rush for individuals in power. Yeah, that's why you don't blame the individual. You take away the organization. You just say whatever she can get. She's entitled to her opinion. Anybody's entitled to their opinion about viruses or whatever. Viruses exist. They exist now. Oh, COVID's over. What does that mean? That's not the way nature works. It just doesn't go, we got a new president in there. COVID's over. That right there is a fucking 4-alarm fire. That right there's huge red flags to tell you that this whole thing was a fucking sham. Yeah, a virus existed. They created it. Yeah, it's existed since the dawn of man. But why are you putting... my screen went blank. Every once in a while, my screen goes... my last NVIDIA card update was not good. Because either that or I've got something running in the background. Every 10 minutes, my widescreen monitor will just blink off for a second. Blink back on. It's weird. It did that last year, too, after a NVIDIA update. So hopefully something's not stable or something. I love the perfectly timed screenshot. But there are some people there's some people, not on this Twitter thread here, but there are some people that actually defended her. I wish I could find the guy that I argued with the other day that defended this bitch. Further highlight, this is what I said. This is 11 hours ago. Further highlights how many absolutely worthless government organizations that exist. Imagine taking these clowns seriously, and there are people that take... Let's see what I got reply. Oh, Janzer's making fun of... Janzer's mocking the Valley Girl well, I know it's crazy. If you've never seen the movie Valley Girl, it's one of Nicolas Cage's first movies. Great movie. It's got a real hot chick that was kind of going to be a big star in the early 80s named Debbie Foreman in it. Great movie. Yeah, it's a great movie. I mean, it's not a well-made movie, but it's a really good movie. Are we going to let them have football? Lots of sciencing going on. Fucking bubble-headed hoe. But there was one person. Turns out you don't understand professional judgment. When there's no science, you talk to other professionals whose judgment you respect. Then you do the best you can. No. Absolutely not. If you don't it turns out you don't that's not the way it works. No, you just don't. When there's no science, you told us this was science the whole fucking time. What do you mean there's no science? You talk to no, you know what you do? You shut your fucking mouth when you don't know. That's what it is. You shut your fucking mouth. You don't just do something and I'm going to do the best I can. I don't know what the fuck's going on, but I'm going to do the best I can. No, that's not how it works. you can do the best you can for yourself as an individual, but you don't make decisions for other people's lives on the best you can. No, you come out and say, we don't know what's going on. Just be cautious. That's our recommendation. Stay away from people if you can for a little while till we can figure out what's going on. You don't go, are you going to let them have the football? Yeah, my team's losing right now. My team really sucks. So, I think it's better to shut down the season. Are we going to let them? What about baseball? You think, well, what we can do is we can appease them. We can go ahead and make cardboard cutouts and put them up on the foot. This is why I stopped watching baseball for a year and a half. I couldn't believe they put fucking cardboard fucking cutouts in the goddamn stands. Are you shitting me? I was like, I can't believe what I'm watching. And people are like, oh, that's kind of neat. Are you kidding me? You don't see the big picture of what's going on here? They're fucking mocking you. They're telling you can't. Look at all the people that lost their jobs, the fucking vendors, the people that sell merchandising. There's hundreds of people at a ballpark, the security, that were out of work. You're fucking with other people's lives. What am I looking at? God damn it. I don't even know. I got to put this camera in a better spot. I'm like, look at. OBS is not my camera. My camera's up here, dumbass. I had to get this out of the way today because this was bothering me before I go on my walk and I get some exercise in, get out and get some sun, get some natural vitamin D. This shit just pisses me off. I can talk about this shit all day long, man. But trust the science. But yeah, I got it. Turns out you don't perfect. You're just taking a cheap shot. Oh. They said they were following the science. I don't care. You call another bureaucrat instead of an expert. You just don't do something. These are the people that fucking piss me off. Of course, I block people that disagree with me. That's what they fucking just said on their profile. Anyway, enough of that. I'm going to try to find... I should be more well prepared. This is spur of the moment. Did Joe Biden take a fall? Yeah, here we go. They've already made, these people are you saying the great Fauci didn't have a clue? Of course he didn't have a clue. No one had it. Well, yeah, Fauci had a clue. He was in on the development of the thing. Yeah, Fauci had a clue. I'm going to see what I've got bookmarked here. I have nothing bookmarked. I thought I had some bookmarked. Give me a minute. I'm going to look at like totally Janser and oh man, Janser like totally. I think Janser actually likes that chick. Here we go. Let me look at let me try to bring something up here. Here's another guy that's got a I don't want to play his video. This is something I wanted to like I said, I'm not very if we have 4 more years of Biden, the U.S. is done. Here's an article I wanted to look at here. I'll get back to Twitter. I got to find the Joe Biden shit that's on Twitter. When waking up early is rooted in white supremacy. I write about social justice and cooking. I write about social justice and cooking. Waking up early is rooted in white supremacy. So there's been some guys making YouTube videos about this. And I think somebody posted this in a Discord. Might have been on Janzer's Discord. Oh, Jan, I see a video I want to cover. Oh, they've got I guess they're putting out Matt Walsh's What is a Woman for free or whatever. I haven't seen the whole thing. I've seen parts of it. My problem with the Matt Walsh, before I get into waking up rooted in white. I don't know. It's nonsensical. I think this was written by AI. Here's the deal. Here's probably what happened. They went to the program and said, come up with the most fucking ridiculous, clownish, nonsensical premise for an article you can think of. Type. And then they hit enter. Go. Why waking up early is rooted in white supremacy. Oh, yeah, that sounds good. The notion of waking up early and starting your day with the rising sun is often associated with productivity, success, and a strong work ethic. Often associated. No, it's not associated with anything. It's just reality. Most people that don't sleep all day are more successful and have better ideas and become more financially successful and get more shit done than the people that sleep more. That's it. There's no agenda. There's no evil. There's what if the CDC came up? What if the CDC came out and said, yeah, we mandatory, everybody get up by 8 o'clock? Would you have to go by it, or is that just a recommendation? You know what I mean? Or what? Some Health and Human Services, not CDC. That's the Center for Dumbass, whatever, Center for Disease and Clown Show, whatever. Yeah, I mean, this is one of the problems with this country right now, is this people making up this shit. Absolute horseshit. The origins of the early rising ideology. Now, you know what the origins? Yeah, people would jump and follow the science. Exactly. People would say, oh, yeah, CDC said it. Bow down to the masters, the sage, wise counsel. It's some dumb Valley Girl bitch. Like, oh, my God. Oh, are you closing down the football team? You go, girl. Oh. Anyway, the origins of early rising ideology. There's no origin to it. The Earth spins on its axis, okay? Now, when your back is turned to the star in the solar system that makes all life possible in the solar system, okay? Everything comes from that. When it's dark and it's hard to get shit done in the dark, that's how the human eye is created. It was whatever, evolved or whatever you think, created, all right? It's dark. And when that Earth spins, the planet you're standing on spins into the light, you can get shit done. You want to call it the Earth rising, whatever, or the sun rising? The sun doesn't rise. The sun is always there. Everything revolves. These people. Do we have to explain it to these people? There is no ideology behind it. It's fucking just physical reality. If our eye was designed differently, where we had better vision at night when there's no light, guess what? We wouldn't be right. Everybody would be out working at night, outside or whatever. The whole dynamic would change of the human race. Okay, that's why a lot of predators hunt at night, because they can see better than other shit. I don't know. I'm getting off on a tangent, but you see what I'm saying? How these fucking stupid ass people can read into anything. The idea that waking up early leads to a success and disciplined life can be traced back to no, because it just does. Okay. Now I don't get up early because I don't go to bed until I don't get off work till midnight sometimes. After I get a little bit of shit done around the house, I take a walk. I might lift weights. I might sit around and bitch about stupid ass government on Twitter for an hour or two, or I might draw a little bit, or I might write a little bit, or watch some baseball. It might be 4 o'clock in the morning before I'm going to bed, but I still get up early. I never sleep unless I'm like super exhausted. There might be one day of the week I sleep more than 6 hours in a night. So I'm up by 9:30, 10, which is early for me. If you go to bed at 4 o'clock, duh. Explain it to the component of the American dream. No, that's just human beings being human beings. Some human beings are wired differently. Some human beings, everyone's metabolism is different. Some human beings just can't sleep very long. I was listening to Rob Liefeld podcast, one of the podcasts that I religiously listen to every week. He does 2 a week. He constantly talks about he wasn't born with the gene to sleep in. He gets up at 4:30 in the morning every day. He goes to bed early though. He's in bed by 9 o'clock and he's worn out. He gets up at 4:30 every day and starts thinking and working on comic books. He's successful. All right. He made his own success. He's not as talented as he doesn't have like great natural talent. He's a talented dude, but not as some other people that might be able to sleep in. You might have that luxury. But this is stupid. The impact of early rising narrative on racial inequality. What the fuck does that mean? I just don't get. This is all nonsense. All right. I hope this guy doesn't get paid to write this crap. Anyway, people, to dismantle the white supremacist roots of early rising narrative, it's essential to challenge the idea that waking up early is inherently virtuous. There's nothing virtuous about it. You guys are the ones that have put the virtuous part on it and indicative of success. No, it's just reality. It's not a fucking virtue. I'm not saying it makes anyone inherently better than anyone else, but don't bitch that you're a loser and you're on welfare and you can't hold a job and other people don't want to pick up the slack for you if you sleep all fucking day and you don't make any money and you don't have anything, you don't own anything, and then you bitch and try to blame it on the color of somebody else's skin. That's the problem. Sleep all fucking day. I don't care. Doesn't bother me. Just shut up about it when you're a loser. There, I can sum this whole article up. Yeah. I don't care what people do, but don't act like it's the fault of somebody else. I'm a loser. I'm a self-admitted loser, but I don't ask for anybody's handouts. Yeah, sometimes my mom and dad. Nah, I don't do that. It's more like hush money. Like, oh, geez. What, do we really want him coming for Thanksgiving? Let's send him $500 and maybe he won't come. Oh, man. Yeah, I got to get this shit off my chest before I go get my stuff done. What's something else? There was something else. Yes. Janzer posted something. Let's see if I can bring it up here. Janzer posted something on his Discord. I got the sound. For now, I'm just going to pause it. I know. Let me unmute it here. At least they got a. Yeah. I was about ready to say, yeah, she's kind of attractive. But nah, she reminds me of Arnold Schwarzenegger's ex-wife. The one that South Park calls Skeletor. What's her name? She's one of the Kennedy. She's related in the Kennedy family. What the fuck is her? Maria Shriver or whatever the fucking. I mean, this is probably how. God, this is getting into another tangent. Probably she just looks like one of those uptight chicks. Yeah, I mean, Arnold's wanting a freak. You know, that dude, when he was younger, he was paying for it, man. He married Maria Shriver for the fucking publicity of it. But that's why he's banging that ugly ass fucking housekeeper, that ugly ass Mexican housekeeper, and got her knocked up. Even Maria Shriver was way better looking than her. But I mean, that's probably how. I mean, being with some cold fucking Skeletor zombie, probably with no sexual excitement in his life, he fucking resorted to banging some ugly ass Mexican housekeeper. That's pretty sad. Screw your freedom. Yeah, could you imagine Arnold Schwarzenegger in the late 60s, early 70s, when he was just doing the weightlift, doing the bodybuilding competitions. He wasn't a household name yet. And he was, he new in the country, trying to make a name for himself. He had big aspirations being in Hollywood. If the government would have told him that he wasn't allowed to go to the gym or he wasn't allowed to make his own individual decisions about his life, he would have gone fucking ballistic. He would have gone ape shit. Sorry. Are you kidding me? And then he's going to turn around when he's made it, he's comfortable in his life, and then he's going to tell other people, oh, screw your freedoms. I hate people like that. Be the same person you are that you were back then. I don't care. If you're a piece of shit, if you were a piece of shit back then, be a piece of shit now. That's fine. But don't be changing your tune just because of that affects your perception of other people. I can't believe these people. Screw your freedom. Bow down to the CDC, what they're saying. It's for your own good. I'm doing a terrible Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'm the world's worst Arnold Schwarzenegger, but you get the idea. Yeah, I lost a lot of respect for that dude. I used to love Arnold Schwarzenegger. I was like, really, Arnold? You really said that? That's another thing that pissed me off. Of course, he's trying to backtrack when all this shit's starting to come out. The chickens are coming home to roost. He's trying to backtrack some of that shit. I'm like, really? Really, Arnold? See through that. There's nothing more pathetic and sad to me than some rebellious dude that made a success of himself that was like, yeah, I don't bow down to anybody and I don't follow the rules. Arnold Schwarzenegger made a speech about breaking the rules. You'll never make anything in your life if you don't break the rules. And now he's telling everybody to bow down to the fucking central authority. Bow down to the rules. Not laws, rules. Just arbitrary rules. Just make a rule. Randomly just make a rule. And see if somebody will follow it. Just to see if they'll follow it. Because you get a kick out of it if people bow down to it. That's exactly what they're doing. Fuck you, Arnold. God damn it, man. Now when I go watch Predator, I'm like, I just shake my head. I can't get it out of my head. All these dudes, all these fucking pro-government guys now, all these burnout fucking music acts that are in their 70s that are on, we're going to boycott Spotify because we don't like the fact Joe Rogan doesn't bow down to the central authority. Are you fucking shitting me? Are you kidding me that that's your attitude now? Oh, nothing's more sad than watching that shit, man. David Crosby, we're going to pull. Would you have said that 50 years ago? Don't change your ideology because some central authority told you something. Because now you see it their way. Are you kidding me? That's one thing. I don't care if I had millions and millions of dollars. I'm not changing my ideology. I don't think I would know better somebody's life, know better for their life than any more than I know my own life. I'm only responsible for my life. I don't care if I've got $1 billion. I'm not responsible for anybody else's life. With great power comes great responsibility. Bullshit. Your responsibility is to yourself to live your best life. Your responsibility is your individual life. Now, if your individual life is, if you want to go help people, that's great. I'm not saying don't be charitable, but don't, you know what I mean? It's the reasoning behind it. It's not your responsibility. Bill Gates does not have to think that he is saving the world now. Oh, you're going to eat bugs. No, Bill, I'm not eating bugs, okay? I don't give a fuck what you say. The fact you have billions of dollars is inconsequential to me. I don't give a fuck how much money you have. I don't define people by how much money they have. It doesn't change realities of an individual, and it is an individual. It's that simple. Anyway, what am I even looking at here?
Our cameras captured city crews doing a little cleanup this morning around UN Plaza. It was all to get ready for a special outdoor hearing to address the city's drug crisis.
Janzer posted this. I did not watch all of this because it's just too cringe for me. Anytime I see the San Francisco mayor, that dumb bitch, London Breed, I just cringe. She's as bad as Lori Lightfoot, maybe even worse. Nah, not quite that bad, but
things did not go exactly as planned. The Board of Supervisors meeting barely got started when the mayor was shouted down and the outdoor session had to be scrapped. Our Wilson Walker has more on what happened here. Wilson?
Liz, I'm not sure Las Vegas.
Well, what happened is you keep thinking that your vote matters. Your voting levels of insanity, all right? This mindset that has permeated this entire area, these areas of this country, they've bought into it hook, line, and sinker of some just bizarro world shit of inequality, all the buzzwords you can think of, diversity, inclusion. None of that matters. They actually want substitution, not diversity. They don't give a fuck about diversity. They want substitution. All right. These people are evil. It's that simple. And of course they claim it's compassion, but it's not. They want chaos. They are trying to stir up chaos until everyone looks like them, everyone thinks like them, and everyone is a hive mind. They're basically the Borg. All right? That's how these people think. They do not want individual thought. That's one of these. Yeah, I'm kind of overblowing the entire, but that's kind of encapsulates the mindset. Of course, they work, we're going to hand out needles in San Francisco. I saw a meme the other day They ban plastic straws, but they hand out needles. Perfectly sums up the insanity. Let's watch the video.
Over under on how long this event was going to last. Some people wondered if it would get started at all. So it achieved that. I looked at my watch when they shut things down, and it was 2:14, so it didn't quite go.
You live in clown world.
Maybe if you're cynical, you thought this thing wasn't going to get anywhere at all. But I can tell you, there were people who showed up today hoping to hear a conversation.
Ha!
You know what I mean? I live right across the street.
There you go.
So I see a lot.
Yeah. Get some, baby.
My backyard is this.
A lot of people were wondering what was going to happen, but no one has a bigger stake in this neighborhood's future than those who live here. And Dino was among those who came out early.
No one has a bigger stake in the future of this community than the people that live there. But you vote for people that don't live among this shit. And I don't care what level of insanity you're voting. The mindset has to be eradicated. All right? The mindset, the plague has to be removed. The virus has to be removed. It doesn't matter who you vote for. Chicago's a perfect example. You had crazy evil Beetlejuice. Now you got this new dude who's just as nutty. He's just a different level of nuts. They all share the same unrealistic mindset, upside down world mindset. So what's the point? You have to eliminate the mindset.
Hoping to hear what the mayor had to say.
You know, they should be held accountable. You know, accountability needs to step in, and they need to find some way to stop the drugs being used on the street.
They don't want the drugs being stopped on the street.
Poured in, but they were not alone. There were leaders from the nonprofit community, recovery advocates, effectively a who's who of people involved in the city's drug conversation, all in the very plaza that has become known as the epicenter of the city's drug crisis.
A spot that has long been challenged, and I hope that today's dialogue focuses some urgency around the crisis on our streets.
And for a few moments, things did go according to plan as the mayor gave her opening remarks.
I am putting everything on the line. I am doing this job.
No, you're not. You don't live amongst that shit.
Without fear of losing it, because at the end of the day,
I gotta hear that again. I gotta hear this nonsense again. That's London Breed. That's the fucking mayor of San Francisco. You allow this mindset to fucking spread. This is what happens. You get insanity.
According to plan, as the mayor gave her opening remarks.
I am putting everything on the line. I am doing this job without fear of losing it, because at the end of the day, when you know what it feels like to grow up in chaos, you want nothing more than change.
As she spoke about the crisis, it continued right in the midst of the event as public health workers assisted a man in distress.
There's a guy doing drugs in distress. Let's call it, for one, you got to take the gloves off, all right? Yeah, there's a man in distress. No, he's a fucking junkie. He's a fucking junkie. Call him what he is. You can't sugarcoat church shit up and redefine shit and expect anything to change. Brutal honesty is the only way to change this.
Beside the crowd, and then there was the crowd, which eventually became disruptive.
So my question to the mayor is, will you now, as we do in any major emergency...
Yeah, let's put more people in jail.
All right. Let me ask my question. You will have an opportunity for public comment.
The fact is, I'm not sure, without listening to the public, that this is going to be the right forum to be able to answer your question thoroughly.
What did that mean? What the fuck did that mean? I got to listen to that word salad again. Look at the look in her face.
Public, that this is going to be the right forum to be able to answer your question thoroughly.
That's a Kamala Harris. That's straight out of the Kamala Harris playbook there. I'm going to just rattle something off the top of my head that makes no coherent sense. This is what you're dealing with. And look at her. She loves this shit. She loves the fact they're suffering. They can't exist without suffering. She wouldn't have this job if there weren't suffering. That's what they do. Look how much they need it. We'll blame this on the white guy. We're going to blame it on white people. We'll find a scapegoat to make sure that you're labeled a victim. And then and then I'll fight for that's what social justice is. You fuck yourself. You allow a mindset to permeate something. You fuck yourself. You create chaos, and then you look for a scapegoat, and then you point fingers, and then you declare yourself the savior to continually fight for the people that you've labeled a victim, when it's all been created by people like this from the get-go. San Francisco, long time ago, was a beautiful city. Nobody feared. It was a tourist. People used to ride the streetcars, and I'm sure there's still places that they actually do care about. But they don't care about drug use downtown San Francisco or LA or these places. They don't live there. They live on the way outskirts in their gated high security neighborhoods, in their mansions. They don't give a fuck. They love it. They would not. When you tell people that they're responsible for their own situation, these people are no longer needed. They are no longer relevant, and they are no longer needed. The only way that people like this get jobs is by declaring that you need me. You can't exist without me, because anything bad that's ever happened to you is the fault of somebody else. It's crazy.
We will recess.
The town I live in, they don't have this mindset. You fuck up, it's on you, brother. So guess what? People don't fuck up. Oh, yeah, there's drug use. Don't get me wrong. There's a bad little neighborhood, but ain't nobody declaring victimhood. They did it to myself. It's the crack epidemic, the fentanyl epidemic. It's just a way to deflect individual responsibility. You pick the fucking... nothing gets me more than going to some sort of fucking... Listen to these dumbass drug counseling people. Oh, my God. If you ever listen to these delusional idiots, it's all out. That's why I hate Alcoholics Anonymous. No, you need to make it... put the fucking drink down. It's not a disease, because that takes away all individual responsibility for the shape of your life. It's all, oh man, that shit just drives me nuts. I have no power. I'm powerless to change my life. I have no power over that. That Jack Daniels bottle over there, I have no power. No, you're fucking weak. You've been told that you're weak, and it's fucking beat into your head that you're weak. Maybe you are weak. Oh, well, die. Just die then. I mean, just fucking drink yourself to death. It's not anybody else's responsibility. Fucking reviving heroin addicts on the taxpayer dime. Are you shitting me?
This meeting to the Board of Supervisors chamber.
And as the meeting was disbanded, some real trouble started. Witnesses describe someone pulling out a brick and attempting to throw it.
Ban all bricks.
By the crowd, and eventually.
It was an assault brick? Or just was it a building brick or was it a military grade assault brick? Please let me know. I got to know this because we got to let David Hogg know that there might be, because we need some common sense brick control. I don't know why I'm so irritated today. I've been watching this shit for the last couple days, and it just
about how to wind down the chaos in this part of San Francisco.
I'm very disappointed because, you know, she came out here, people waited patiently. You have those that's going to be a
100% this dude voted for her, though.
But we wanted to hear.
Not that it matters.
A lot of waste of time. A lot of.
All right, what about the substance today? The real specifics of it were the president of the Board of Supervisors, Aaron Peskin, sort of asking the mayor to stand up a kind of command center, a centralized command center that's going to connect all of these different agencies. Now,
that's going to hurt people's feelings. A command center, that sounds way too militant. That sounds like roll some fucking tanks down San Francisco, bring the National Guard in. Somebody else said this, but I was thinking this before I saw whatever video it was that I saw that somebody went on a rant saying this. Get the tanks in. I can't remember who said it. I watched the video, but this is coming from me. If it's this much of a problem, clear that fucking area out. Get some local militias. Round up some dudes from Indiana, Ohio, Michigan. Get all the good old boys together with their fucking arsenals. Get them all together. Get the old style militia together. Fucking load them up on some planes and drop them right into the fucking mix and say, go at it, boys. Warn all the law-abiding citizens. Go at it, boys, and let them just take them all out. Go right up, after you cleared the riffraff, go right up to the fucking mayor's office, barge in that place, and fucking remove. They need to have the authority to remove all these clowns. You out of here. You out of here. That's the only way this is going to happen. And the people, the citizens that live in this fucking squalor mess need to back it 100%. Like, grab your muskets and join up. Yeah, it sounds over the top, but it's the only thing eventually it's eventually gonna come to all this in these places, man. It's the only thing that's gonna work. Yeah, well, we're gonna send out the social workers, and we're gonna house them. We're gonna get them houses or homes, like Janzer was saying. They're gonna turn them into drug houses. You give a junkie a house, it's now a drug house. That's going to get other people. Other people are going to junkies are going to gravitate to, and now you've got a swarm of them.
The police
go ahead.
Control of public health to sort of run this entire operation on the drug crisis. That was his request. The mayor's response, ultimately, when they got back to City Hall, was, we could talk about that. Why don't you join us with the emergency planning?
Don't blame it on drugs.
Conversation goes on. Another bit of news today was
not a drug crisis. Don't blame it on drugs.
On drug users,
the mindset crisis.
As opposed to drug dealers. That, of course, a real hot button issue. That conversation will continue, but the news of the day, and really the kind of spectacle that unfolded for 15 minutes here, Liz.
Yeah, any idea if they're going to try this again, this sort of public Q&A spectacle, as you aptly call it? Are they going to try to do something like this again? And I'm curious if they felt like they got really anything out of it.
It gets so much done.
I can't answer the second half of that question, but I can tell you that
I can answer the entire question. It doesn't matter.
Yesterday that they're going to keep trying this. Maybe they learned something. They figure out how to make it work. I will tell you personally that there was
how to make
a
it work
moment there when the supervisor showed up and the mayor was going to be there. There's a lot of neighbors showing up. All these different people involved in this entire discussion, many of whom do not see eye to eye, but there they all were, standing in the sunshine on this nice afternoon. And then I don't know, it's a how hopeful can you be kind of question. But for a moment, it was like, wow, We're going to sit here. We're going to have a conversation about this.
We're going to have a conversation about it. You can have all the city council meetings till the fucking cows come home, till you're blue in the face. It doesn't change anything. Talk is not going to change anything. Quadruple your police force. Come on in, baby. Come on in. Come on in. Oh, I fucked my camera up, Janser. Come on in, dog. Aaron can come on in too. I don't think he's got a mic, but if your mic sounds like crap, don't come in.
Is this the one where they got shouted down?
Yeah, you want me to go back?
No. I already saw it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Dude, I've been watching these, like I was saying,
Yeah.
I've been watching these. I've been sitting in bed watching baseball and going through my, my phone on it. And it just started building on me. Before I got everything done, start for the day, I was like, you know what? I got a lot of shit done yesterday. I got to get some of this shit off my chest, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's me every day.
You live maybe not as bad as San Francisco, but I mean,
we're getting there. We're
exactly.
You're fucking hot. Did you? Oh my God. Yeah, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
So there's speaking of we're on a hot rail. There was a. I gotta send you this one. I put it on Twitter. It's a Stop the Violence rally.
Woo! Oh, I'm excited now.
I think I can post it in YouTube. I don't know if it'll keep it, but that's the link there.
Post it in Discord, and we'll put it up on the.
Here we go. Where's the gaming?
Are you on yours or? I pulled this one. I pulled this one off of yours. I hope you don't mind.
I don't care. I don't give a shit.
Oh, I know you don't.
Care.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
No, I wrote that. That's my.
Oh shit! That pisses me off.
Yeah.
You want me to bring it up? We've got the jit. No. I'm here to do random shit, man. I'm going to be on another half hour or so.
Yeah.
I want to start doing this at least once a week. Just getting this shit off my chest. You know what I mean?
That's what I was thinking of using Rumble because you can get away with pretty much saying whatever you want to say.
Well, I'm going to upload. I uploaded one video to Rumble. I'm going to start recording this. I wanted to see how it turned out, and I'm going to start recording it the same time that I live stream it because you can't download the live stream videos, which sucks. And then I just uploaded my first Rumble video today. It was an old video that I had, so I'm going to
use the free version or whatever.
No, I'm going to eventually do the pay. $10. Yeah, I'll probably do the 25. Probably do the 25 a month or something. Yeah, I don't understand how it works either. I don't either. I'll have to figure it out as I go. I'm not real worried about it right now. Eventually,
you can contact somebody, so I might do that just to sort it out. Because I don't know what I'm paying for.
That's $100. If it's definitely if it's not worth paying for it, then I'm not gonna. Let me give me a second here to.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Let me scroll down here.
There's some key points in here that immediately are like red flag. Like
I have not seen this.
Shooting it out like flares, like chaff.
That's funny.
I didn't watch that not crap either, but you can if you want. Yeah.
Let me get some context here though. What?
Sure.
Oh, is this local? Oh, this is San Antonio.
Yeah, you said not as bad as San Francisco. Oh, we are on a hot rail heading that way, baby.
Well, let's play the video then. Let's play the video.
Yeah, sure.
Let's play the video. Oh, I have the sound. Hold on. Let me start over.
Tonight with several deadly shootings in the past 24 hours, keeping San Antonio police very busy. One today on the east side left a man dead and two others critically.
You're probably a couple seconds behind me, right? So I don't
really care. I've read the entire thing.
You already know this.
Lee Waldman
they separate the story into two different
Heartbreaking moments of families holding on to one another after losing a loved one to a shooting on the east side at
Antioch
the
Village.
Apartments.
This was not a random shooting. This was targeted for a specific individual.
Chief William McManus says a vehicle with several people were waiting at the apartments for a man the chief called an intended target. That man walked out of an apartment to meet with several people in a different vehicle. That's when the two groups opened fire. 3 people were shot. 1 died at the scene and 2 others were taken in critical condition.
I have a question though. Why is this newsworthy more than you have a lot of shootings, right?
We do.
San Francisco's a bigger city.
No, we are extremely, like, we're up there top 10 easy.
Yeah.
We are. We just don't have infrastructure to reflect that. But I can tell you all all the dumb political garbage that they've done. Yeah.
Chaos ensued.
Let me keep going.
San Antonio Police Department was allegedly punched in the face.
Relatives who wanted to get to the decedent. And when they were not allowed into the crime scene, that's when things kind of got ugly.
2 members of the media were also assaulted. One of our photographers had her camera pushed to the ground.
Oh my God.
The shooting came just hours after a rally demanding an end to gun violence also on the east side at Phyllis Wheatley Park.
We've lost family members, friends, and community partners to gun violence.
Okay, what does GREAT stand for? What does GREAT? He's got GREAT as an acronym on his hat. What the fuck does that stand for?
That's the first time hearing about that organization. And let me tell you, there are so many organizations, none of it matters. They don't do anything. They're spinning wheels, dude.
He's CEO of Big Mama's Safe House. Oh, these people.
Yeah, because money, baby.
And the community violence needs to end.
June is Gun Violence Awareness Month. Advocates show support by wearing orange. Today, several groups like Big Mama's Safe House and Moms Demand Action held this rally to get the community to come together against gun violence.
Right.
Everyone is tired of the way the status quo, and we're just fed up, and we're gonna make a change.
What change are you going to make?
Chief McManus says at this time they're not releasing information about the suspects involved in the shooting at the Antioch Village Apartments.
So basically, it's the same thing as everyone else is doing. They want to talk about it endlessly. Yeah. They want to have a rally and print T-shirts. Bring awareness
to gun violence.
Yeah,
we got to bring awareness to something that everyone has been aware of.
Right. For
guns and violence have occurred.
Yeah. See, guns. See, this is one of the points I was making a couple days ago when we were typing to each other. This is the false premise thing. Guns are designed to kill. 100%. I don't deny that. Guns are dangerous.
Well, that hurts my feelings.
Yeah. And they act like that shouldn't be the case. Like guns, they can't get over the fact that guns are designed to kill. You have to change the mindset of the culture. Yeah, how dare the fuck I talk any kind of logic while I spit all over the fucking. I want my gun to be able to kill. I explained this guy on Twitter.
Then what are they designed for?
Paperweight.
Designed for.
I've got my gun right here. I guess I can put it on my thing to hold my comic book down. Yeah, there we go. I mean, it's fucking ridiculous. I mean, I explained to a guy on Twitter the other day, I want my gun.
You didn't have that. You don't have that in a safe right now, disassembled. What's wrong with you?
No, I've got it in my concealed carry holster, man.
With the trigger lock on it. What's wrong with you?
Actually, this one doesn't have any kind of safety or anything. Yeah. It's got the long pull safety feature of the trigger. It's a great little concealed carry 9mm, by the way. It's perfect. Yeah, I mean, and I don't want anybody to be able to see it if they come up on me. Yeah. And I want it to be able to kill somebody. That's the whole intention.
That you have a point and purpose for that tool.
It's a tool. Yeah, it's a valuable tool. And the guy, the guy I was arguing with, he couldn't wrap his head around the fact that I was okay with the fact that my gun could kill somebody. I don't understand. Yeah, so like you said, you're dealing insane.
I don't mean to interrupt you, Con here.
Oh, I didn't even.
Yeah, I heard him coming.
Dropped in real quick because I heard you guys talking about something. I heard something in that video report there, and just want to say something here. Can we address the actual real problem here? Right?
No.
The fact that you can. No, wait, Super Patriot. The real problem is. The real problem is you can go 3 minutes without blinking.
Everyone.
I am furious right now because this news reporter and all that on here, she just said that June is Gun Violence Awareness Month. Does she not understand that this is Pride Month? Why are we talking about gun shootings right now when we should be talking about pride?
You can't have fucking Gun Violence Awareness Month with the fucking Alphabet Mafia's month to fucking get their peacock feathers in an uproar.
Unless it was a member of the Alphabet Mafia who did the shooting, then we can talk about it.
They're intersect. I mean, all of this stuff eventually is going to intersect. Yeah, I mean, they're going to run out of they're going to run out of fucking letters. They're going to run out of letters to fucking celebrate and to protect.
I legitimately didn't know they added the I. I was like, really? They added another letter? Okay.
When the I come into effect?
When the plus? Yeah, like I was telling Janzer the other day.
It's like you hear every time Shapiro brings him up and all that, he always adds in, the divided by ampersand.
The ampersand. Oh, I love it, man. I love that. That's funny.
That's what I was saying. I'm surprised it's still LG. Why didn't they start fighting over the order of the letters? Like, no, I'm first.
That's coming. Oh, that's coming. Yeah.
If you haven't noticed, the LGB have been trying to separate. There's members of the LGB who are trying to you tease and everybody else go over there,
right?
Because y'all are fucking nuts.
Well, they're infighting now. Yeah, they
don't really care too much about the LGBT. The thing is, they actually put in work for decades for what they wanted versus the up and come youngsters that have decided that they want everything immediately, which is to me is just a cultural, social issue, less about their actual issues. It's more about the same bullshit of entitlement. Yes. I want it now.
Well, it's agenda hijacking is what it is.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, because like you said, the gays and lesbians and bisexual people, they've been fighting for decades.
At least the lesbians and gays. The bi, I always thought bi was just one of those like, hey, I'm bi, whatever.
Yeah, I'm bored this week, so I'm gonna.
Yeah. I'm bored this week. There you go.
Yeah, I'm gonna fuck
the B
some.
stands for bored.
Yeah, exactly.
The bees are like the pescatarians. They can't decide if they don't want to eat meat or not.
That's true. That's true.
Right.
But no, it's agenda hijacking. I mean, because the lesbians and gays, they've been fighting for
something kind of valid actually for decades, right? There's some validity to that.
And then all these people, and all these others now they're coming in and they're jumping in. And it's like Sargon and Akkad, Carl Benjamin, he's got a really funny thing. He made a really funny comment one time about the new trans flag. With the the little chevrons and all that coming across the rainbow. And he's like it's almost like an attacking force encroaching in on territory across the rainbow flag. There, it's like they're an invading force.
I mean, it is.
Yeah.
And on society, not just their quote unquote own type or whatever, but on society in general anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I was telling Janzer 2 decades ago, it was just LGB.
Look at that article. What do you see right there that immediately should make you just want to blow your computer up? Like, I don't know if Super Patriot, if you could see that. What on that headline?
Okay. You mean the one I've got right? Yep. Go ahead.
Group of teens rob and assault 16-year-old with
AR pistols
in hand.
What is an
AR pistols?
What is an AR pistol?
Thank you. What they can't stop.
They don't know. Right.
Stop themselves from interjecting AR as being the
boogeyman. Yeah, AR does not stand for assault rifle.
They don't care.
Right.
Now, hold on. Let's hold on a second here now.
Go ahead.
Were these all these teens disabled and they had to use pistol grips
Right, braces.
You know, arm braces for their ARs.
4 robbed a 16-year-old, by the way. They're all teenagers nowadays.
All 4 of these teenagers were they disabled, and they had to use a, arm brace for their AR-15, for their AR-16s. 15s, yeah, 15s.
I mean, there was no mention of it.
We don't know. It's that mentioned in the article.
No.
But what I want to know is, did they hold a rally?
I know I'm being facetious, but I know where you're
No, I like the comedy.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to bring it because all I have is hatred.
Yeah.
This is my city, so
this was just what.
My city.
This is.
I've got relatives a little down there saying
everyone is allowed to hate on any city that's this stupid as well. I mean, yeah.
Should I play this video or do you? What?
I didn't watch it.
Oh, okay.
Fuck.
I just.
It's just another.
You're just bringing up examples. Yeah.
They probably also recorded it and put it on TikTok because that's what they're doing nowadays. By the way. That's what they're doing.
You mean like Mizzy?
I don't know what that means, but I only brought it up because of the AR pistols. But that original article, the rally to end gun fine, they split that article into 2 pieces because they don't want to talk about what was going on there. Now that video actually showed a lot of it. It's the black area. That's what it is. It's low income. Those are low income housing, black people. And so that cameraman that got punched, that had nothing to do with the actual shooting. Those were people there supposedly there to look at the body of the dead person. Like the excuses are just ridiculous. Like there's a wake for that kind of stuff. Stop being an asshole. Going around hitting news. What does that have to do with anything? It's just animalistic behavior. And people say, well, you can't say that. I can call shit what it is with my eyes that I see.
I said that earlier in the live stream. Why are we churching this up and changing definitions of stuff to avoid you've got to be brutally honest about this stuff.
You have to. Carlin's soft language thing, comes to mind immediately.
Yeah,
let's not call it what it is. Let's make it something else. Because if we call it what it is, we hurt people's feelings. And are you kidding me?
It all ends. It's that mindset, and it permeates into these areas, and it'll never change. Like I said, you got to drop National Guard in there. You got to get militias. I'm all for now local. Get all these local militias from Ohio, Indiana. Like I said earlier in the live stream, get Michigan, Kentucky, get them organized. Pay these motherfuckers and put them around the country. They'll take care of this shit.
It's. I feel, oddly enough, I was talking to my cousin the other day who is in law enforcement, and he was telling me that the biggest failure when it comes to all this is community policing.
Yes, 100%. Absolutely, 100 million percent.
Yes,
absolutely.
I mean, he doesn't. There's not so much about trying to get the community to be on your side, because some of these communities are never going to be on the side of law enforcement because of the simple fact that they law enforcement has been demonized so much. They look at a cop goes into a neighborhood and all that, and end up busting a drug dealer who's been dealing drugs for 20 years. He's been using neighborhood kids and all that as lookouts, as runners, and everything like that.
Yeah, that's my neighborhood right now.
And getting them involved in the drug trade. Cops come in, they finally are able to bust this drug dealer, and next thing you know, the community is rising up saying, "Oh, you're taking our young men off the streets and throwing them in jail." Well, they're committing crime.
Yeah,
they're corrupting your younger men.
Exactly.
In those neighborhoods. So I mean, there's no winning when it comes to that, and
there is, but it comes from the people, and that's the hard part. It's the same thing with like stop gun violence. That ain't gonna come from laws. All that does, we all know this here. We all know this. All that does is that hurts law-abiding citizens. We're the only ones that follow the laws.
Yes.
And then we end up breaking them because those laws are too intrusive.
Well, yeah, and that's that's what comes down to that, and thank God that court threw it out, the arm brace thing.
Yeah. We blocked. I know Texas blocked it immediately.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I mean that was the ATF, for 10 years or something. I think they were saying. They were saying that arm braces are fine, and all of a sudden now, bam, that. And if you own one or don't turn it in or don't register it, now you're going to be charged with a felony and you can go and serve up to 15 years. You know what? That is legitimately trying to make felons out of law-abiding citizens.
Exactly. All the progressive laws that are intrusive right now are the same. And I've literally said this to our district attorney to his face, like in a meeting, like a neighborhood association meeting. I don't fuck around. Like you guys, you only see me on Twitter. Count knows a little bit more because he's in my Discord, but I don't talk shit. I go and do shit.
Yeah, Janzer's in the middle of all this stuff right now because he's living in the middle of it.
Yeah. There's no, like, to me, I'm like, this is not a shift. I don't get to go home after, and
you live it.
Get elected here.
Yeah,
this is what we live 24/7. And so, if you're not going to do something, we are.
Yep.
And it is happening. It's slow going, but it, because you got like every fifth house a drug house, but it shut down 4 last year. So,
yeah, I was about ready to say, didn't you? Yeah. Well, didn't you get them on the graffiti, cleaning up the graffiti? That shit matters.
Well, that's because stupid assholes that are against the idea of broken windows theory, they look at only the violent portion of it. They're like, well, it doesn't really affect violence, that much. I'm like, because violence is always going to happen.
Right.
It's an emotional thing sometimes. It's a planned thing other times. You can have a robbery happen and somebody freaks out and they smack the cashier with the gun. Or they shoot the cashier because they freak out, whatever it is. The violence may not have been planned, but that's a violent crime at that point. Neither one is acceptable, but the point is violence is going to happen.
Right.
But what broken windows theory does focus on, and it does says it mitigates, is lesser crimes and misdemeanor crimes and nuisance crimes and stuff like that. And it goes back to, like, you go to a workplace that's all fucking trashed and chaotic. How much do you give a crap about what you're doing?
Right, exactly.
You probably don't.
It matters.
What that country
shit
runs
matters.
Like,
yeah,
what that company runs like.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't want to talk too much about it, but yeah, basically this. And then the last one I had was speaking of having too much, is the vigilantes in Haiti. I put that article in there. People just fucking fed up. So you had El Salvador round up all the gang members, and then throw them in supermax prison or whatever, mega prison. Now you got Haiti saying, the hell with this. We're going to the streets. We're chopping people up. We're burning them alive. We've had enough. Yeah. Let's go.
But you're not going to have that. It's going to take extremes these.
We're not having that here.
In these progressive areas. It's going to take some. It's going to eventually lead to extremes to rid the areas of this mindset, man, because the mindset is.
But Portland's doing it. They're going to fine homeless open air drug use.
I'm going to play this.
Going to do it, guys. They're going to find them.
Hey, I'm going to play this video. I got this off your Discord as well. I'm going to play it here, and we can stop whenever.
Takes a hard turn.
Let me turn up the video sound here.
Increasing the problem for them to finally do something about it. And crazy scenes like this, where a family got terrorized by a group of squatters next door who almost set their house on fire.
Can we, number one, I know you guys are behind me a little bit here. Can we quit?
The closed caption.
Can we quit calling people squatters? There is no such thing as a fucking squatter or squatters' rights. There's only criminals, all right? Well, squatters have rights. I was arguing on Twitter the other day about somebody that actually was defending this shit. Well, squatters have rights too. No, there's no such thing. This is the perfect example of making up terms to try to fucking validate something.
It does have a longer history, but what they're doing is not what the law states that you're allowed to do anyway.
Right, I understand. I'm being a little general about it, but these people are criminals. I'm sorry, it's criminal activity.
First, personal devil's advocate here. All right, I'm not in support of the squatters' rights or anything like that, but there is something to be said about property just being left to
right. It's not an absolute. I understand that, but
I mean,
that doesn't mean you're free to just go in there and take over somebody's house on a whim. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I mean, if the concern is about derelict homes and all that, then something the people who own that property should be doing something with that.
Exactly. No, 100% on that. But
I'm not just using it to help try and keep the property values down in that neighborhood.
Right. I 100%. Yeah.
It's honestly some of them probably do that just to keep their property taxes from going down, which is land theft.
But these people do not have that in mind. These people are just criminal. I mean, they just want a free place to live. They don't give a shit about any kind of other agenda or circumstances. They just want to come in and
here in my city, where next to a church, they were stealing power and water from the church, and the church was like, "Well, we can't actually do anything. The city has to do something about it." And even though we like them to have housing, we'd appreciate if they did utilities. I'm like, grow some balls.
Squatter rights.
The church, you're a church, but that doesn't mean charity doesn't mean that you're having yourself lose your property because these other people are screwing you over. That's ridiculous.
Charity doesn't mean you have to take shit. From anyway, I'll go on with the video.
Calling for a daytime ban on camps and fires on public property and wants to restrict camping near schools and more than a dozen
Look at this shit, man.
Repeat offenders could face fines and even jail time. The mayor spelling out the problem.
Oh, God.
There are currently hundreds of unsanctioned,
not Todd Wheeler. I can't take it.
Homeless camps across the 146 square miles of Portland. These homeless camps represent nothing short of a humanitarian catastrophe. As a result, our community continues to suffer substantial public health, safety, and livability concerns. My goal is to have enough shelter, housing, and treatment access available so that we can fully eliminate unsanctioned, unsheltered camping in the city of Portland.
And legendary singer-songwriter John Mellencamp is releasing a song about Portland's homeless crisis.
Oh my God!
That new plan does not consist of bulldozing those tanks off the sidewalk. I don't think it's going to work.
But John Mellencamp's making a song, Super Patriot.
I was going to say that whole part can be cut out. The John, who gives a crap?
You are so. This is what I'm talking. This is fucking. This is insanity, man.
What did you say? Many people have said it too, that they set up the problem so they can swoop in and offer some kind of shitty resolution that makes them look decent because people are so tired they'll take anything as a resolution. You know?
Oh yeah. They'll take the breadcrumbs. Go ahead.
The thing is, all right, is like they talk about all these poor homeless people and all that. They're just trying to find shelter and all that.
They're drug addicts.
Look at this video. I just linked you. All right, talking about the homeless living large during the pandemic.
Oh yeah. Is this the one where they have like? Go ahead. Sorry.
They got showers, electricities. They got a little hibachi grill in there and shit.
Oh yeah, I've seen this one.
They got TVs. I'm like, what the?
Homeless living large during pandemic. That's 2 years ago. Some homeless tents in LA have showers, electricity, and even ACs.
Yeah, and like James said, this story's from 2 years ago.
Right.
So I mean,
I've seen a new one where it's the same thing. They have like it's kind of like a little McMansion, that dude opening up the fire hydrant. Look, they have enough of these outreach centers where they can take showers. They're just doing whatever the fuck they want. That's not because they can't get. They're just doing whatever they want. That's the point of being out there. Many of them say that, because we can do whatever we want. They don't want to abide by.
Right, they don't have to abide by going to and following the rules of a shelter. They don't want that. They don't want to be told what to do. They want their cake and eat it too. Yeah.
This one here. I just linked you is from 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, homeless Hollywood man with TV projector defends fancy.
There you go.
Let me finish this Portland. Yeah, let me keep going on that. Even though the John Mellencamp shit is fucking cringe. Cringe as fuck.
They even go ahead.
Okay, wait.
Cities have the same
I've seen this.
Yeah, but as a political spouse, it's always something you make sure that the footage you're using, that your husband's using in this commercial is from the.
There you go. That footage from LA.
The situation is so bad that and they think that one of the only things that's actually making this
that chick in the green, she has it right
on the part of the government.
I have not watched this.
Is a lot from disabled people.
I see Ted Wheeler and I'm like, this is nonsense.
The homeless problem is ultimately a drug problem, and the drug
Thank you.
is a border problem. And so all of these issues, Joey, are Democrat issues. Now, how do you solve it? I mean, we need
giving them homes won't matter.
We need to control.
They just turn them into drug houses.
So that we don't have these.
I mean, I see that literally. I've had the higher up people on different.
There's a lot of things going on. Our country
people call me, ask me about a house in the area, and they're like, "Well, what do you think? Should we shut it down?" I'm like, "I'll tell you what, it's just going to turn into a drug house. They're going to end up burning it down. We've had so many fires from these empty abandoned houses because they're making drugs in them." I literally watch them carrying these containers of chemical. I'm like, what in the fuck are these dudes doing with this shit?
They're making meth.
Yeah. Whatever they're splitting
fentanyl
it with,
or whatever. Cutting.
Plus they make street drugs too, which is something different, but it's just anything they can do to get high. Anything.
To be fair, some of these people are just doing it just to cheat the system. I mean, especially like in LA, where the property.
Oh, that's different. Yeah.
And property is so expensive and everything, and all that. But it's like, at the beginning of the second clip I sent you and all that, you come walking up on the back of the guy's tent, and you can see on there he's got his projection going and everything like that.
Well, his name is Pedro.
Well,
I think I saw chat off to the side of his screen.
Well, let's look at it. I'll bring it up. Ted Wheeler, the Portland story. Didn't Ted Wheeler, wasn't he all down there marching with the George Floyd thing, and he was all about their fucking autonomous little community? No, that was Seattle though, but they kind of did it in Portland as well, right?
Yeah, they tried burning down his apartment building now.
Yeah, that's true. And he was all defund the police, right? He was all about these people just need, they need, let them do whatever they want. It's the compassionate thing to do. Ted Wheeler's a clown, all right? And now he's on here. What?
No, you're right. I think he's just a clown.
Yeah, he's a clown.
He's just doing things that, like Trump is a populist, right? I think that guy's trying to be a populist, but his vision of what he thinks people want is based on like 2% of the people.
Right, exactly.
He's a Bernie Sanders, type populist. He's a socialist populist.
I mean, it's a shame, man. Beautiful area of the country, but it's been infested by this fucking plague of these people, man. And they just keep voting for these clowns. Not that the next guy coming along like Chicago is going to be any better. It's not going to. You got to rid the area of the mindset. The people don't. The fucking people in charge. You're just one after another come in. How can I keep my job? I don't live in the mess.
What's the point of politicians that are backing criminals when the criminals are not voting? And then the taxpayers are the ones that are,
exactly.
They're the ones, but they're not backing us.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Isn't there a problem here?
Right. Let's play the clip, homeless Hollywood man with TV projector. I have not seen this. I don't know if my fucking head can take this nonsense. All right.
His name is Pedro. He lives in a tent.
Pedro.
There's actually 2 tents there. A lot of pride of ownership. We just saw him come out with a little electric vacuum.
A lot of pride of ownership. He's on the fucking public sidewalk. Never mind. Go ahead.
To vacuum the sidewalk. So one of the tents, that's where he lives. The other tent, that's where he stores his belongings, including an electric generator.
We've seen tents in Hollywood before, but at night it's clear this one is different.
With a chat up to the right place.
I'll have to see.
Clear, amplified sound and TV projected on the tent.
It does look like that.
Austin Rye took this video on the way to
it goes back to what you said. He's just gaming the system.
Near the corner of Selma and El Centro. 33-year-old Pedro Ramirez says he's been living here for about 2 years.
2 years?
This is so nice. Inside, a wall-to-wall
this is so nice.
Bed, projector, and sound system. You said it took you just a week to set this all up? He uses a hotspot,
this
his
dude
phone,
is just
and Apple
fucking
laptop
around.
to stream
Yeah,
and
this dude fucking.
This makes me feel like
Wait! Whoa! He's got two guns there.
Oh, I see that.
Or is that a soldering
That looks
gun?
like welding or hot
Yeah,
glue
that's a
gun.
soldering gun. Never mind.
Screencast his
I caught it out of the corner of my eye. It's a soldering
But
gun.
for most
You could
home
really burn
costs,
somebody with
this
those.
home comes rent-free, no utility.
Now you're
bill.
making fun of me. You're making fun of me.
Streets.
Instead of paying DWP, Pedro says he has an electric generator in another tent. He's quick to point out he's
Well, now
not
people
plugged
know
into
to
the
rob
light
them.
pole.
That's cool.
I'm not doing
Yeah.
anything. I'm not stealing power from no one.
This is that
It's
thing he
coming
has.
from my generator.
You need to go down
I
here and
have
look at
to
some of
charge
these
it up
comments.
every like 2 weeks.
And how do you do that?
Take it to the train station. I just plug it in, and they charge us up.
I asked him if he would accept help if permanent housing was offered.
They treat us like prisoners in there.
How? Explain.
You can't even take a lighter in there. They won't let you take razors or to shave off. Before you go in the building, they're searching you with a metal detector. No, I signed up for housing, not for rehab or prison.
You don't have your mask over your nose, buddy.
Well, it turns out the Hollywood station where Pedro says that he recharged.
Okay.
So
He says he's doing nothing wrong.
He don't want to follow, but I just read all that. He don't like going wherever because they check you for stuff and
yeah, metal
he
detector,
don't want to follow the rules.
no lighter.
He wants to have the best, but he doesn't want to have to deal with any consequences.
Then
once again, just pure bullshit.
Purchase your own acre of land and do all that shit on your own acre of land. And then they go, "Oh, I'm doing nothing wrong." The fuck are you talking about? Yeah, you are. You're on a fucking public taxpayer-paid fucking sidewalk.
Look at some of these comments on here. Right, this one here. Lost and looking. Shame on the news station for trying to create more problems for this man. They went out of their way to let the station know someone is using one of their outlets every couple of days. She seemed upset that she didn't get the exact answer she was expecting. Look, this guy is stealing electricity.
Yeah. Something we all pay for. Yeah. Good for him. Look at this comment. Good for him. F the system. This isn't F the system. Okay. This is
when you're a teenager that doesn't know anything, sure,
right.
I understand that sentiment. But when you're an adult, and you kind of know how the system works, then you either participate or not. And,
right.
if you don't, then get out of the damn way.
And then the next guy says, your tent occupies space on a public sidewalk that now no one else can use or feel safe walking by. It's rent-free because others pay property tax to maintain the area. Like you said,
actually knows what's going on.
Yeah, like you said, you guys said the bulldozer crew needs to come down and wipe them out.
Yeah,
it's that simple. That needs. I bet he's still not there because I bet he got, like Janzer said, bet he got robbed fucking blind.
I hope so.
I hope so too.
Saying somebody else on here said, is my biggest concern is what's to stop anyone from robbing this guy's things. Nothing,
nothing.
There were a lot of comments about his well-being.
Because I don't know about LA, but I know like in where I live at, if you leave something out on the curb for long enough, that's free game. That's free game. We actually used to have a guy, like if you were like wanting to get rid of like an old couch.
Oh, I do it all the time.
Or an old appliance. If you took it out there and set it out there, there was a couple of guys. They drive around neighborhoods.
Yeah.
With a pickup truck and pick that stuff up.
We've got a guy in this. We've got a guy in this city that anytime I'm done with a lawnmower, and I just don't feel like I just go buy another. After a couple of years, I'll just set it out there. It's gone. Yeah, it's gone. And I don't have to put free on it. I just make sure they know that it's not like I don't put it in the middle of my yard. I put it out on the curb and take it. I've put out furniture before and it's gone, baby. And I live in a nice neighborhood. You know what I mean? But there are people that go around, and you know who it is? It's the guys that work for the Rumpke trash pickup. Because they collect all the copper for themselves of the trash that they pick up. They have the little side business going on. I talked to a dude, real smart guy. He asks me all the time, you got anything you want to get rid of? Because I take it down and he gets the copper out of it and he tells me he'll make $1,000 a month on the side, and he's already getting paid $20 an hour. You know,
that was one of the things my stepdad used to do. As a kid, we'd go and we'd pick up stuff, whatever looked valuable, and we did all kinds of junking. Like,
right?
But that's a way to get money without being a piece of shit sucking off the
exactly.
State,
that's a legal. That's a business enterprise right there. You're putting yourself out there. It takes work.
Take your ego out of it,
right?
And
exactly,
people are gonna look at you like, oh, hey man, I'm doing a public service for y'all, right?
Right.
So shut the fuck up.
But this Pedro guy, I don't care about his well-being.
No,
he certainly doesn't. He certainly wouldn't care about my well-being. He would tap into my fucking electric any chance he got, or cut my cable line and splice it. Any chance he got, he would do that. So, these arguments about, well, you have to you have to be compassionate for the better of your fellow man. But that's a two-way street. Pedro isn't caring about his fellow man at all. So what makes one person have to care, be obliged to care about their fellow man when the other people don't care? The guy that's out there getting overdosed and expecting Narcan fucking revives all the time, where's his care about his fellow man? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So don't come at me with that argument.
This is the thing, though. In places like LA and all that, everybody voted for this.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Everybody there voted for this. What he's doing is legal. I mean, aside from the stealing electricity, him camping on that sidewalk is legal.
Right.
It's perfectly legal.
Right.
He said he has a generator.
Yeah, but he has to charge it.
Yeah, he has to go to the train station to charge it.
2 years.
Yeah, or whatever. 2 weeks. Yeah.
So he's still stealing somebody's electricity. He charged that generator.
Yep. So
is that where he goes? I didn't.
Yeah, he goes to the train station. He taps into he said to the train station. Somebody in the comments said, yeah, he's using city electricity and not paying for it. So yeah, the guy's a thief.
I missed that part.
Yeah, he's a fucking thief. So yeah, miss me. They need to miss me with all this fucking compassion, fellow man, well-being bullshit. I don't care.
Like, we had this safety meeting at the beginning of the year, and part of it, like some of the city people were like, well, we can't tell the homeless how they should live. And my retort,
if you can't.
My retort, and I've used it ever since in every meeting that I've been in, anytime that's come up, is like, but they're determining how we live.
Right.
Because they're not homeless, they're drug addicts.
It's that two-way street again.
There's like 3% that are homeless, like homeless. It's like 5%. We'll be generous and say 5. The rest are drug addicts. We have numbers from our city that even talk about, every city has numbers about this stuff, but they split it between mental and drug because they don't want to make it seem like the mental or drug addict, but they are. It's exacerbated. The mental issues build because of the instability, of using drugs,
right,
with their system.
Yeah. And here's the thing. Here's the hypocrisy of saying that, well, we can't tell the homeless how to live. Then where are you deriving your authority to tell me how to live?
Exactly. That's what I was about ready to say.
What I said. Then why do they get to tell us how to live?
It's the one-way street mentality they have.
Where are you deriving the authority that says I have to pay property taxes? Where are you deriving the authority that says that my fence can only be so high and it has to look like this?
And I have to get a permit to build a shed on my property.
I have to get a permit to build a shed.
Yeah.
If I want to get chickens, it has to be so far away from the house.
Yes.
I can only have so many.
The list is endless.
You can have a McMansion on the sidewalk of downtown. The dude should have chickens. Actually, that'd be awesome. I'd love that.
I mean,
why aren't they bringing wildlife into this? Fuck it. Let's go.
Lay your own eggs, motherfucker. Yeah, boy.
We'd let them start slaughtering and animals down there for sustenance, then I'll be on board.
There you go.
Let's see how far it goes.
This is
I'm actually getting a little bit on board this because we've got like a high. I live in a small town and all that, but it's pretty dense. It's fairly dense residential.
I've been there.
Area, and we've got a serious problem with deer living within the city limits. On, let's get some of these homeless people in here, and if they want to eat, they can go hunt down a deer.
There you go.
There you go. Kill 2 birds. Exactly.
Who can kill the most deer with?
They'd want to steal somebody else's deer meat. No, they want somebody.
They only get the tools they have on them. So they got needles. They got makeshift knives.
It'd be some real MacGyver shit, but no. What they want it provided for them.
Pop some meth right before so they can move faster.
They don't want to do the work. They want it provided for them. They want to steal your deer meat. They want you to pay for. Yeah. I mean, this bullshit about we can't tell them how to live. Get the fuck out of here with that shit, man. I'm getting irritated with that shit. I mean, that shit pisses me off.
The more I think about that comment you just said about, who are we, we can't tell homeless people how to live. That irritates me more and more because the authority that they derive to tell tax-paying people how to live comes from the tax money that we pay them.
Yep.
And that's just, okay, I'm paying you to tell me that I can't do that.
Right.
But I'm also paying you to
ding. Tell him what he's won, Johnny.
And you're saying that you can't tell them how to do that.
Yep.
Where, you know what? The fucking city council dissolved right there, as far as I'm concerned.
Yes. And what if I stop paying taxes? Y'all motherfuckers would eventually show up on my doorstep with guns. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. That's what it comes down to. Oh, you're over. No. Eventually, it's all by guns. Okay. So how about you train that authority and focus your guns that you use to rob me of my money that you legitimately say, oh, they're taxes. No, you're stealing from me. Let's just put it that way, by gunpoint eventually. Go down there and do the same thing with these people and tell them to get off the fucking land with your tents and bring out those guns. What do you mean you can't tell them? Whatever.
That's a good point. They're not paying taxes.
Yeah.
They got their own economy.
Right.
They definitely do. If you don't think they don't, you're
So bring those guns to bear that you would bring on me when I don't pay my taxes. That's simple.
Yeah, where's their property tax?
Let's boil it down to the simplest thing, and that's it. Yeah.
Money.
Yes.
Money solves all
fucking
problems,
ridiculous, man. I'm tired of this. Defining individuals by the amount of money they have, I'm tired of it, man. I am sick of it. Individuals are individuals, and you've got to follow. There's laws that just because I have a certain amount of money that I've accumulated or worked for or inherited, I don't care how you got it, as long as you didn't steal it, then it's hands off. I don't care. You treat everyone the same. This you got to pay your fair share because you made more. I just don't buy that shit, man. I just do not buy that. They redefine terms, and I'm tired of it. I'm tired of fucking reality being redefined by these fucking people in authority. It just irks me to no end, dude. We got anything else? We got one more thing to look at.
I had that Haiti thing, but honestly, I kind of already broke it down already. It's just they got pissed off. You can click on it though, but in that article on your own if you want to look at it. Yeah, they're cutting people up. They're cutting up gang members. The people. They're blocking off their areas. They're barricading, and if you can't identify who you are, then you're dead. Not only that, but like if you have a gang tattoo.
God damn.
Oh yeah, they don't.
Well, it's escalation.
They've had enough.
It's natural escalation.
So Haiti is complaining that the UN and the US and other places are not sending forces to go. And I'm like, go fuck yourself. You made your bed. Now lay in it.
Right, exactly.
That's what it is.
Right.
Now your people were telling you that you fucked up and we're going to handle it ourselves, and you can't do a damn thing about it. So they're burning up people. Like they're
burning up gang members.
Local communities in Haiti are getting together on their own, and they're holding off against the gangs.
Absolutely. Not just that, but they're proactively killing people.
The government's not doing anything to help them, so they have
to
take.
Yeah, they've even stopped police. So like there was one incident where the police had stopped, I think like 8 people that were suspected gang members, and the people that are, I forgot what they call themselves, but the group of like, I guess they call them vigilantes. I call them like real social justice warriors. But they took them away from the police and fucking chopped them up and killed them. And then they're decapitated. They're doing old school. Chop a head off. Hey, boom, you want to come in here? Guess what? You better be correct. We're going to fuck you up.
I like
not
it.
Fuck you up. We're going to kill you. And we're going to dismember you. And we're going to burn you. Yeah.
I like it.
Has to be done.
As long as I like it, as long as when the problem is, and the problem is never going to be 100%. I understand that, being realistic. Yeah. But as long as you get it under control and then it ends, stops, is fine. Or not 100% stops.
It was that like murder and kidnapping is a huge thing. So murder, kidnapping, this is like Port-au-Prince, I believe.
Yeah.
So murder, kidnapping, rape, and all that was getting to astronomical levels like recently. And so they're like, nah, we can't. And that's true. It's like you either roll over or you fight.
Right.
You know? And that's what they chose. It got to that point. So, I mean, it's good. It's good. It shows that people are still alive, you know?
What is this green energy thing in South Dakota? One of the biggest invasions of property rights in American history is currently...
Yeah, they're trying to do eminent domain to steal property from citizens. And this is Nomi or whatever. Isn't she the Republican princess over there? She don't give a shit.
I don't know.
Let the corporations take that because they're all in it. Remember, it doesn't matter.
Right.
Doesn't matter. If it's in her best interest as a politician, doesn't matter what side, then she ain't gonna stand in the way. Yeah, they're taking away farmland from people that have had farmland for generations on generations because they want to bury some green energy pipeline that's going to transfer like carbon or some shit like that.
Oh my God!
I hadn't read it, and it was a few days back.
These people are absolutely.
I'll post it in the shit that pisses.
Yeah, maybe next time I'll go over it and cover it.
Oh, just so you can see it on your own.
We can look at it and.
It's total fucking bullshit, but it's not going. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody cares.
Don't get me on green energy. All right, don't get me started on that nonsense.
Did I post it in yours? I think I might have posted it in yours.
Oh, okay.
Did I?
I can't. I don't recall. Or no, it's in yours. I've got it here. I'll just make sure I know where it's at.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I had it and I lost it, but anyway, I just kind of did this impromptu before I was going to get out and do my day, and
Got me to vent for about an hour before he went outside and shot a homeless guy.
I was actually charging up my GoPro. I was gonna do a walk around. I was gonna do my little walk and just kind of ramble on in my GoPro, and I was like, I'm gonna I'm not trying to start shit, but it's paradise compared to where you live. I mean, as far as
paradise compared to where a lot of people live. Right
now. That's 100%.
Antifa geese. You get the Antifa geese trying to run you out of town.
I do have the fucking. I have the militant geese over in the park, but they're awesome. They were a couple of them like wandered into my yard the other day, and I love them. I was like, my cats are like looking in the window, like, oh my God, what are these things that are invading? I said, get used to it. They're homeless, Well, we'll just I'll set up little tents in my front yard for the geese.
There you go.
I love having wildlife around. Yeah, I mean,
you freak people out, put a little Nazi band on their leg.
And fucking
cause an incident.
Yeah, spray paint a swastika on one of them and freak some people out. People around here would just laugh.
Put a rainbow color on their wing and
I think Super Patriot and I live in similar towns, kind of. I know my town's a little smaller, whatever, but
I don't know, man. Because I tell you what, I go around and around some of the people in my town on a couple of our community Facebooks about like the deer situation.
We're definitely more conservative than you are over there. I've been to where you live. I'm not going to say where you live, but I've been to where you live. I know where you live, kind of.
We're pretty conservative here, but there's some people over here just so worried about these damn deer in this town. Because we had a Kmart over on our main street that it shut down. And now they sold the property. We're actually going to get a Myers over there. So they tore down this old Kmart, and there was a patch of woods next to it. All right, that the factory that was in town used to use to dump some waste decades ago, right? And well, in this patch of woods and all that, and it was fenced off and everything, but in this patch of woods, the deer had found their way in there somehow, and people were using this damn thing like it was a fucking petting zoo. I mean, there was probably at least 2 or 3 dozen deer living back in this small little patch of wooded area off of our main street and all that. And people were coming over there, they were feeding the deer and everything like that. And I'm like, it was driving me nuts.
That's not good.
There isn't a damn morning that I don't go to work and I don't see a freaking pack of deer, somewhere on one of the city streets, and including one of our busier streets that goes through this town.
It's eventually going to cost somebody their life, or it's going to cost their vehicle. Yeah. Hey, I'm all for setting up some kind of organized petting zoo. Get some people that we have that over the park where I live. There's peacocks over there. They have a little. You don't pet them, but there's signs up: do not feed. You're not supposed to feed any animal around here. You're not supposed to put out food for them. They will they'll arrest you if they see you fucking feeding these animals over here.
And not to mention that this land was technically toxic. It was toxic for the deer, so they were getting sick in there too.
Right.
But then the plan was they were going to tear down those woods and everything. And well, first of all the deer disappeared because they got run out. They got run out of there. The city went in there and ran them out.
Right.
Now I have a neighbor who was on the city council at the time.
Oh my God.
Somebody started this rumor that the city council went in there and killed them all, right?
Oh my God.
So I'm online busting my neighbor's chops. I was like, dude, why didn't you tell me y'all were doing this? I would have gone in there with my shotgun too.
And you're kidding. I mean, you're kidding. Well, you're kind of half kidding. You're half kidding.
He still jokes about he's got all that venison in a freezer in his basement. Yeah, they finally cleared out those woods and everything for that Myers to go in. They started working on clearing that all out there and everything. And people are "Oh, the poor deer. They have nowhere else to go."
Yes, they do.
Yes, they do. They got plenty of places to go. I drive through areas that they can go every damn day when I go to work. While I'm working, they've got plenty of places they can go. It's just that they're here because one, they're not getting hunted out there. They're not getting hunted within the city limits is one thing, but that's only a couple months out of the year. And two, y'all keep fucking feeding them.
Right. You can't be doing that. You can't feed them.
Yeah, it's people are I've seen people on there. It's say, what's a good thing for me to put out for the deer to feed? And they'll be like, oh yeah, make sure you get some corn feed and everything. No, that is horrible for a deer.
If you want to personally adopt a deer and keep them within your privacy fence and you can feed them every day, that's fine. And care for them, put them right there. But no. When they fucking wander the neighborhood, do not be feeding these animals. You're not supposed to do it because it's just going to bring more and more and more, and then you've got a huge problem.
Not only that, but a corn-fed diet is not good for deer.
Right, exactly.
It's not good for deer.
Right.
And I shit you not. We found out a couple months ago that just down the street from me, there was this old couple. Not only were they putting out feed for those deer, they had a salt lick in their backyard.
Oh my God.
Form. So
yeah.
Oh my God.
People don't know what they're doing.
I mean, it's a simple solution there. Just make them.
I want to go on a venison genocide in this town.
Yeah, just make those people liable for them. That's all. And if now they're liable if they cause any damage, if they cause a wreck.
There you go.
Somebody dies.
Yep.
Yeah. You want to feed them? You want to take it? Oh, they're yours now.
Yeah, I know. That's the first thing I want to do. I want to find out who's because I mean, I live on a small street there, and I would go down the street for like 2 weeks solid and everything, and it stopped after I said something online about it. But I would go down the street and I'd have to stop because there'd be a herd of deer right in the middle of the road, congregating in one front yard.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
That can't happen. Yeah.
Finally, I went on two of the groups on Facebook. I was like, hey, whoever's putting out feed in their front yard on this street, knock it off. and they did.
Right.
Because I haven't seen a deer out there since.
Well, they, like I said, here in Greenville, they have signs up, ordinances. Do not feed these animals that are over here. The geese, the duck, the peacocks.
Before they tore down those woods and everything, they had that fence up there, and them deer were over there in that one spot. Yep. They had signs up there, don't feed the deer, and there were still people hanging out there with their kids.
See, you're supposed to like look at the animals over here in the park, but it's an organized thing. It's people that charity that voluntarily contribute money to keep this going over there, because it's cool to go over and there's the peacocks and the little kids like them, but they catch you feeding them. Oh no, cop sees you feeding them, you're going to jail. You're going to jail over here. They don't play around. I've never seen anybody feed animals over here, and I'm in this park a lot, and I've never seen anybody do it. I'm sure there might have been somebody that threw some bread or something in the duck pond, but you don't see like bread like floating around, and so you just don't see it, because they're saying, no, we take care of all that because we know what we're doing. The public are ignorant. They don't know what they're doing, and you're just going to make the matter worse. So, fuck that. Yeah, those people are clowns that are feeding those deer, man. Absolutely. I love deer. Don't get me wrong. I love cute little deer.
Consequences.
Yeah, exactly. It's about consequences. Yep.
No, I'm saying they don't have to.
Right.
So they just throw the food out there or whatever.
Yeah.
And then anything else that happens, that's not my fault.
Right.
Maybe the deer need a bit.
Yeah, the point that I keep making to these people, is I drive out in very rural areas and all that when I work every day. All right. And I hardly ever see any deer. I see more deer in town.
Well, yeah, because than
I do out there, and I work over in a different township, But I mean, it's mostly woods and farms.
Yep.
And I see more deer.
Yeah, it'll become a huge problem. It'll become a huge problem, and that's crazy, man. That's crazy.
I mean, all it's going to take. What's going to end up taking is somebody's going to hit a deer on Main Street or one of these other big streets, or. And somebody's going to get killed. That's what it's going to take with some of these people to understand that. Oh man, maybe the deer don't belong within the city where there's like fucking thousands of people driving through.
Right. Exactly. Yep. Yeah, there's plenty of deer hunters around here, and I see deer every once in a while, but you don't see anybody. People, I think I live in a pretty common sense town.
It's not like they're an endangered species.
Right, like, they're not.
You live here in Ohio. There are reasons
they're teeming.
Like Dale Earnhardt Jr. owns a fucking hunting cabin
in
Ohio.
They're fucking teeming. The deer are teeming. I like deer. They're cute. I can't shoot them. I'm all like that. It doesn't mean I want them all around, and I know that deer hunting is important to thin them out, because they starve each other out if not.
Well, yeah, and not only they starve each other out, so they'll overrun areas and everything and all that. And, you have people hitting them with their cars.
Exactly, it just creates problems. Yeah, kind of like homeless. Kind of like homeless people.
That's all I'm thinking about.
It's because we've eliminated or drove out
feeding them
the majority of their natural predators.
Yeah,
I'm gonna put up some signs. Don't feed.
Don't
feed the homeless or the deer.
The only people preying on the homeless are each other. The homeless,
exactly.
They only have themselves as the predator.
Just give those deer some guns. They'll start deer on deer violence, and
put a Gatling gun, strap some Gatling gun on these deer, and
throw some fentanyl out there for them.
Yeah.
Well, and then you got to worry about the deer wearing the Kevlar vest, man.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. It's like that one movie. I forget where they were. The deer firing back. I forget what it was, but.
That was a Biden joke right there.
Yeah. I wanted
to. What do you need 30 rounds for? There's something deer wearing a Kevlar vest.
One last thing I want to talk about before I get out of here. One thing I did, and I couldn't find the thing. I was arguing with a guy on Twitter about the Joe Biden stumble and fall thing.
How'd that go?
Yeah. Oh, how'd that go? Janser's all. Janser hates
arguing on Twitter.
I know.
I don't care. I'm just personally, I don't.
Personally, you're smarter than I am. I mean, but
no, because I argue with people in person. That's the
Okay. I got you. I got nobody to argue with in person around here.
See, you need some violence in your life.
I do. I need some drama.
I walk up to it daily. So
yeah, that's true. That's true. We live in totally different worlds.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's people going, oh, I know who it was. Ron Howard, the director. Oh, I trip and fall all the time. People are so mean to Joe Biden. I said, look, you Fruit Loop. If Donald Trump would stub his toe,
which he did,
they would call for articles of impeachment, okay?
Oh yeah.
They had a expose. The media did an expose about how many Diet Cokes that fucking Donald Trump drinks in a day.
Well,
okay.
And also, they pitched a fit about him, like gingerly going down that ramp.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
And it's like, I just want to tell Richie Cunningham, listen, man, you're 69 years old. Of course you're falling down a lot.
Right. Yeah, but Biden is. My point was they'll make any excuse to try to prop this dude up to say that he's not mentally or physically fit to hold that office. I'm sorry, point blank, he isn't.
Oh yeah, no,
you can tell he's mush.
I think most people, even the ones that voted for him, knew that early on. They won't say it.
Yeah, and
I know I did. I was like, this is elder abuse, number one.
It is elder abuse.
Come from the compassionate,
right?
Come from the compassionate side.
Yeah. Right.
I've been saying that since the campaign.
Exactly.
The 2020 campaign. I've been saying that this is elder abuse. If I was a member of his family, I would be in front of every camera I could find.
Well, if you were a member of his family, you'd be probably too doped up and
you'd be too corrupt. You'd be too corrupt to do that, Super Patriot.
If you were from Ukraine, getting money from Ukraine.
Rolling in millions and Russian hookers
and crack whore. Yeah, you'd be fucking crack whores. And
did you see the thing that with Hunter, that gun charge he's got against him, right?
Right.
He's going to try and argue the Second Amendment.
Yeah.
For the
That's
Second Amendment.
Great. Oh my God.
His defense that he should have been allowed to own that weapon. To buy that firearm, even though he was using drugs at the time.
Unbelievable.
Swear to God.
Yeah.
Swear to God. I was like, Hunter Biden.
Even though his daddy is against it,
Hunter Biden two-way amendment. Yeah. Two-way.
And they, could you imagine if Trump had a fucking son that was like that? Oh my God.
They tried
impeach.
They tried to paint Don Jr. as being like that.
Right, I know they did. Yeah. The Biden family has been a piece of shit. I'm sorry. Point blank. You can ban me or whatever. I'm sorry. They're a corrupt fucking clown show family.
Hey, speaking of which, speaking of the ban thing, you heard about the YouTube rule change, right?
I saw Mark Dice had something about where you're allowed to question the election now.
You are now allowed to say, "Hey, guess what, everybody." All right, I'm going to say this on Count's channel, just as a tester.
Oh, great!
The election was rigged.
Of course it was.
The election was rigged.
Of course it was.
Same thing with like the COVID stuff. Everything that was not something that they could legally do, and they did, as far as like shutting people down, has to get repealed because it was never legal in the first place.
Right.
They shouldn't have done that. They knew they shouldn't have, but they were getting away with it because things were going their way.
Well,
yes.
Here's the thing.
As the kids say, the turntables, So, and it turns out like, you can't uphold that crap.
Right.
Well, here's another thing too, and this is probably a little like 4D chess conspiracy theory thing. A lot. They have to do that now. They have to start releasing all these rules against, saying election was rigged, COVID was fake, all that.
Right.
Stuff.
I get you. I get it. I get it.
In 2 years,
you're right.
When a Republican wins the election,
yes,
you're right.
Biden,
they're freeing
he stole the election.
Yep, they're freeing it up. They're freeing up. Yeah, they're thinking down the road.
It's the same as that documentary about the voting machines being hacked. And then they were like, oh, no, they weren't hacked.
Yeah.
No, they were totally fine. Even though for years and years, that one guy, there was this one guy that, I don't know if he's Russian or whatever, but some dude that was told like, yeah, you can easily hack these things. And he had a whole documentary. They asked him later on, years later, no, they're fine.
So they paid a little visit.
He magically changed his mind.
They paid a little visit to him, didn't they? Yeah.
Either money or guns. They paid him a visit with one of the two.
Yep.
Have you guys
100%.
been following the Kerry Lake's court cases at all?
I have not.
I haven't.
The Arizona, I kind of went through one like real quick. It's not gonna matter anyway. You know what I mean?
Well, the press keeps putting out there, so Kerry Lake defeated again, and so okay, well, all right. She had all these different motions and all these different things she was wanting to bring in. The judge threw out, I can't remember what total numbers, the total numbers and all that. The judge threw out like 5, but said that she could go forward with these 3. That's not her being disproven. That's a win.
Right
there.
But no, they'll spin it. I saw the one you're talking about. It's got to be spun.
Slowly started, showing all this stuff coming out. The print size for the ballots and everything was off and all that. How there was, no signature verification really being done and everything. And this is in the 2020 election, her election there in Arizona. This isn't going back to the 2022 election. The 2022 election for her in Arizona. This isn't going back to 2020. This is for her election. And they're slowly starting to show that there was a lot of really shady shit on Maricopa. It's like they had they did tests on some of the voting machines in Maricopa County there, and some of the machines were proven that these things are faulty and all that. You shouldn't use them, and they used them anyways.
But they want it, like you guys were saying. Now they're seeing down the road where they may have to pile on the rhetoric of it was stolen, Russian interference, whatever they're gonna make up to invalidate when the opposing side wins. So they're thinking ahead. They're crafty motherfuckers, I'll tell you.
That's not a conspiracy. That's
not a conspiracy at all. That ain't no 4D chess. That's politics, baby. Yeah,
I didn't see that because I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, I didn't hear about it.
Attention to that stuff right now.
Yeah,
but no, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, 100%. Oh, and then they'll say, "Oh, well, no, we told you it was okay to talk about that stuff a couple years ago. Remember?"
Never mind the fact for 4 fucking years after Trump was won, Hillary Clinton's out there, so he stole it. He knows.
That's an insurrection. Yeah, you talk about insurrectionists. They had 4 years of the shit from everybody. I mean,
God, the fucking Durham report shit. Why is nobody getting fucking charged yet?
It's not because it's not going to happen.
It's not going to go anywhere.
The mafia don't persecute themselves. They'll execute you, but they're not going to.
That was a coup attempt.
Of course it was. Yep. Of course it was. But you can't. You're spitting into the wind against that stuff, man. So.
This is why. So I got into it a little with my cousin. I told you he's in law enforcement. He's in Florida, and he is big on DeSantis. He is huge on DeSantis because he just loves what DeSantis has been doing down there. Plus, they got a lot of the sheriffs down there that say, well, yeah, somebody breaks into your house, you shoot them.
Right. Yeah, I like that one sheriff. He just comes out there. He's no nonsense,
Yeah. There's a few of them.
When's he going to be canceled?
But we were talking about DeSantis and Trump, and as far as I'm on the fence and all that. But my main reason, and the main reason why I want Trump to go in, is because I think he learned from them 4 years, and I think he learned who he should have trusted and who he shouldn't, and who he shouldn't have trusted. And then now he knows everybody that needs to go. And I swear to God, if I was Trump, I'd go in there, and everybody, assistant department head in every freaking branch or every department in the executive branch, assistant department head, and up, turn in your resignations now.
They ain't going to allow him to win, man.
You're done.
It's a rigged game.
to me, he's the only one that even has a chance of winning. I don't see that there's nobody I see that can win. But so you're right. I feel the same way, Count. Somehow, that's why they're throwing all these laws, like usual, throwing all lawsuits, whatever they can find, anything. One time he kicked a kitten. What? I don't know, but we're gonna throw, anything, anything.
Yep.
Because I don't think there's everybody now is like, I watch all these black YouTube creators because I want to hear everything. To me is like, change will not come from anybody other than the people that fucked up. So if you fucked up with your votes, which a lot of the black community did, they voted Democrat because they just do.
Yeah.
Well, the change has to come from them culturally. That's how it's going to get fixed. There's no other way. There's no other way.
100%.
So that's why I like listening to what black community says. And a lot of them go out to the streets and they're like, yeah, we don't care shit for Biden right now. All our rates are all our price. It comes down to money. You fuck with people's pocketbook. What happens, they ain't gonna support you. You're screwing with my livelihood,
Right.
Yeah.
So until the Democrats come up with some other way to fool them, right now people are all worried about money, and that's what's going to be the key thing, because people are looking back. They're like, man, Trump was right. Look, gas price. Yeah, look at this. So I don't see anybody else winning unless they do something to Trump, or they just come up with some other magic, whatever lie, like the college debt relief. That was another one of them,
Right.
rescinding.
I think it's too early for DeSantis. I don't think it's the right time for DeSantis. Eventually, I want Ron DeSantis to run for president. I just don't want him to do it right now.
Yeah, I don't think he's got it in him yet either.
Yeah. I think of down the road, yes. Definitely.
What
so
Patriot
just my
was saying
opinion.
Here, what Super Patriot was saying is, I think that's Trump's playbook in general anyway. And I think that's actually how politics should be run. No one should be comfortable. No one.
Right.
Even McEnany, he went after her for like wrong numbers. Like, hey, you were on my she did a great job in my opinion while she worked for him. Now she's working for Fox.
Right.
So she runs based on what they say.
Exactly.
And Trump is always like, it's not that he's not loyal. He's very loyal to people if you don't fuck him around.
Right.
But this is why people on the streets really should love him. And that's why you hear a lot of them now talking about like, man, he actually says what he means,
Exactly.
Like
I don't have a problem with that.
Like kind of thing. Like you ain't gonna get a fuck around, and he goes after people. Like to me, like hood people should love this guy. Like he don't fuck around. He'll fuck you up.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Plus he keeps all the other countries in check. Are you kidding me? Come on, look at what he did.
Yeah. I want a fucking loose cannon wild card a little bit.
If you can't be comfortable with your position, then that's how it should be.
Right. Exactly.
You should be worried about keeping your job at that level.
Exactly. 100%. Too many people just don't. They know they're not gonna. They know their job is secure. It shouldn't be like that.
Exactly.
When you're voted in, the results should matter. Yeah.
Yeah.
The end result, not the fucking intention you had. I don't care about intentions. All right.
Right.
The end result should matter.
Yep.
That's how the rest of the world works. If I don't do my job at work, they're going to fucking boot me out. Well, no, not with the union. I can be a fucking crackhead and they'll promote me. Yeah.
I got a surefire way to how you keep your job. Just say you're trans that day.
There you go. Yeah. Now you can slap it. And people, a lot of this culturally, they know this. That's why they're hitching onto that wagon. It's security. Yeah.
Of course they do.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to wrap it up, man. I got shit I got to do. It's already. I did not intend to do this for 2.5 hours almost. I was on here an hour before you guys jumped in.
I know. I saw. I was like 66 minutes.
Yeah.
Think of it this way, and all we've saved at least one homeless person's life when the counts time. So
there you go. Hey, and we saved some deer as well.
Yeah, we saved some deer.
maybe got some guys some deer meat or something. Some, whatever. But yeah, I mean, I was just on here ranting. Aaron was in the chat, and I was just kind of ranting and about some stuff that was pissing me off. But yeah, I'm glad you guys jumped in, man. That was fun.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Catch you later.
All right. I'm going to shut her down. All right.